Hey everybody. This is take two of a live stream. I'm just gonna do some design stuff. I've got the day off, so I decided, hey, might as well try this out and see what I can do. Gotta share the link and all that stuff. Since I'm new to this, I have no idea yet what I am doing. So I don't have the setups, and that kind of stuff already ready to go. Let's close that. Alright, so live stream take two. And we got a link. Let's post that. Alright, cool. So yeah, the first thing that I'm going to do, other than just hoping that this one goes okay, is let's look and see what we've got for the... Alright, I'll close that one. So the first thing I'm going to do, we've got a brilliant graphic designer at Pro Wrestling Battleground on Chris Huffman, and but I just wanted to play around with some stuff, with some graphic design stuff for a lower third. For this is part of a video promo that we did at the last Pro Wrestling Battleground show. So let's make that started out. I've got a kind of basic idea of what I want to do. With no stroke around that. Right like that. So we're going to have that right in the middle. Another one there. But let's make that one clay. Let's go white for that one. And then let's make a third. Right in the middle of the two, but let's bring it in just slightly. This isn't going well. So this is what happened last time, where I literally couldn't do basically anything without my computer deciding to freak out. So after restarting, I was hoping that this would be a little better, but I am starting to get a little bit worried. That feels too much like a Pokeball. So let's go with the white in the middle instead. Just make sure, see who's all on here. There we go. this one. So yeah, let's turn that one back to the white in the middle. And take this one back to the black. Let's have that go up just a little bit more. Go up. And this was one of the things that I said last time that I learned was you actually have to rasterize all of these, because if you don't, it will actually, if you merge them together, it will just merge everything as one color, and that is not the idea that we want for this. So right there, nice lower third. And then let's bring in the Battleground logo. And since this is just, kind of just for fun, we're going to make it nice and easy. Normally I would be a little more specific with this. Bring it down just to there. And let's just do right there. Got that on and off. And then this is where, when I originally did the original live stream earlier this afternoon, this is where things went a little haywire, is when we started working with the text. But let's hope everything goes a little better this time around. Not a good sign. It definitely does not like, maybe it's the font choice that I made, because it's a little more of an elaborate font. Yeah, let's go. Just something incredibly basic. There we go. Hopefully that solves that problem. That being said, I absolutely am not going to use this one, though, for sure. Yeah, here, let's go with this one. And it is Frontman Jossie. Center that up. So we've got that, but then we want to also have same style. Let's go about half the size. So let's go 65. Let's go 55. This is also going to be a much longer description. Let's get that centered how we want it. Two together. There we go, right in the middle. Yeah, something like that. To me, this is a little too basic, so we want to add some texture to everything. So let's actually get all of this together in a group so that the textures can be applied just on top of that, and with like a clipping mask. So like we could go new layer, and let's fill that. Let's fill that with gray, and this is always a nice little trick. Fill it with gray and then add some noise. Just go crazy with it. Let's get uniform. So we'll do that, and then we'll blur it, kind of with a radial blur. Big time with that. And then we will make the clipping mask. And then go to overlay. Don't love that. Kind of want a little more effect to it. So yeah, let's go with that. And then let's get the fill down to like half. And the opacity down to half. Yeah, then we've got some texture still here in the white area. And yeah. So we'll do that one. And then one of the things that I always have, I have an entire folder full of reference and textures that I like to use. And one of them is just a crumpled up paper technique. And it's in my graphic design utilities. And yeah, it's literally just called textures. And let's go paper crinkle. This will be this one. Once again. And then this one we can stretch as well. No, this one doesn't need to be perfect. We'll go there. Add that on top of the clipping mask again. And actually, let's switch these two around. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. 'Cause then we've got more of the texture in the white area to kind of make this stand out a little bit more. And feel free to do any comments. Make sure you like this post. Yeah, I'm going to be streaming for a little while before AEW Dynamite later tonight, as I'll be watching that like usual. Here's one that could make an interesting effect. Let's actually bring it below. Right there. Here, actually, I'm liking what that's doing with the red. So let's actually create a mask. Let's add on to that this little section I missed. And let's invert that. There we go. I'm liking that. Let's tone it down just a little bit, though. Let's go maybe half, 50%. Yeah, there we go. I'm liking that a lot. Adds some nice texture. One of the YouTube channels that I follow a lot is a YouTube channel called Texture Labs, texturelabs.org. And you can find a lot of really cool graphic design stuff on that that has helped me out a lot. So yeah, I think that's going to look kind of cool for this one. So let's actually save that. And it's probably going to freak out and ask me to save it as not a JPEG, but I'm going to save it as a JPEG. So actually I will collapse everything together and then save it. Not be a copy though, and just replace that one. Yep, so cool. We got that going, and we can close that and start working on our next one. So this is Rio Searhouse. She has been a longtime collaborator with me. And this one, like, since we've got the mirror image looking, let's actually crop that more like we're going to use it as an Instagram story. So usually those will be about 16 by 9. And yeah, let's crop that in. And let's do some weird effects with this. And because one of the things that I wanted to do today was kind of play around with some gradient maps and use those. I've used those as a little like horror movie style look before, and I think that'll look really cool for this. Is just adding it as a gradient map. And let's kind of steal some of the colors. So here we go. So we got these are, I did a thing with, it was an old Piximperfect tutorial that I saw, and it had a lot of cool stuff, and it was matching colors from a photograph. And I took some photos from, I wanted to match the color palette from Kiki's Delivery Service for a photo shoot that I did for a cosplay shoot. And so I still have that swatch, colors, like I still have that swatch color table in my thing, so might as well use that for the gradient map. And so yeah, here's your gradient map as is, and now we're gonna get the editor in there. So obviously, like, because of Sear House being so heavily tattooed, we want to feature the tattoos in a way that still looks really cool. And so let's go with, and a lot of hers is very black ink. So let's keep the black as is. Let's make that, let's adjust it so it's, we still get the tattoos in as black. And then we've got a blue. Let's switch these. And you can always adjust these as needed. So obviously from the looks of it, there's not a ton of very bright areas in this. Just how I shoot, I tend to shoot a little darker. And so let's do that. Let's add that up to maybe kind of more of this goldish. Yeah, that ends up being more with the... So actually, let's go gold. And this is always fun, just playing around with, all these different colors that you have access to. I think that blue in that area will be kind of the most interesting. Yeah, because since it's a dark blue, let's switch those together. Since it's more of a dark blue as the basis as it is, but see, the one thing I don't love is just the fact that, like, we've got that differentiation in her, on her face. Like, we don't want that. So let's adjust it just to that not being a major problem. Bring those in a little bit. Let's actually, add in another color. This was from Metropolis. Don't love that. Let's actually keep it about that same level. Yeah. Purple. Yeah, let's keep with the purple and blues. Yeah, see, okay, so this is the one we want to avoid right there. So then we'll move the purple down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That's a cool look. And then since we have this as a gradient map instead of anything else, we can keep these same styles. Let's actually, hold on. Let's have some fun with this. Let's invert it more. Nah, I don't love that. Yeah, let's keep it. Keep it there. Here we go. And yeah, as long as we keep underneath the gradient map, we can actually go about there. Now let's actually keep that all the way white. Yeah, this will actually be above the gradient, but that's fine. Let's give me my paragraph and character stuff. Let's go auto just to start it. Yeah, let's have this be a little more of an elegant, stylized, like the airbrush actually right there. Let's keep this. This will make it a lot easier to adjust it. Make it even larger. And what I actually want to do that. Let's transform. Horizontally. Nope. Should have said flip vertically, because I want it to have the mirror look. So you got that, and then let's get this to sorry, somebody was calling me. Let's go the hard mix, but then let's get the opacity down to only like 30. And let's transform that again. And let's do a little bit more of a skew. Give me 1 second. I'm going to see what this voicemail was about. Cool. Oh, hey, I have another viewer. Hello, other viewer. Just doing some design stuff. And yeah, let's see. Here we got this one of Angela. What I originally wanted to do, one of the looks that I wanted to play around with, was actually just more of a film negative look, which was, very obviously easy to do. Just a simple invert, but we don't want to go crazy with it. Maybe be a little softer. Not quite as harsh. Still get that film negative look to it, but kind of give a more ghost-like a feature to it. And then we can do something fun with the text. Head right up here. This would be for Angela. Flower. Let's not go. There's always so many fonts you can use. Let's go with that one. This copper plate kind of looks interesting. We can get that a little bit bigger. Right over here. And yeah, if you've got any questions in the chat, feel free to ask. We don't want that quite as big. Yeah, let's do something interesting with the blending options for this one. Do a little bit of a stroke. Yeah, not too big. Make sure it's on the outside. Color, let's actually match. Invert. Let's get it back to 100. But for the color of the stroke, let's have it match this darker blue. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. With the fill opacity, bring that to zip. Not quite. Let's add some more effects. Let's actually add that inner glow. Really similar to... Let's add that inner glow and have it also be that blue. Let's have it go a little brighter, though. Let's go more and less of a choke. Oh, the choke actually needs that way. There we go. And size can go right there. Cool. Yep, so we got that. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. As is. And let's keep that one down. Back down to like 65. Let's go 75 actually. And let's actually give this a little bit of a blur to it. Because how I shot this one, yeah, let's convert it to a smart object first. Nope, not that much. But luckily, is now a smart object. So, okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of a blur. And yeah, as you can see, we can go off and on. Since it's a smart object, off and on. And yeah, let's actually do that fill opacity. Yep. Let's go 65. So yeah, cool. So we got that one going. I'll do a couple more before I head out. Yeah, this one with Titania in the coffin. And so this one, actually this one's the one I'm going to do right now because this one's always fun for me. So we're going to do it as... let me tweak that a little bit. So we shot this kind of in tribute to the Sin City films. And so let's go quick select still. So let's just, how we did it in the original edit was we did just the vest, since it was blue. So we got just the vest is all we want. And everything else will be black and white. So we'll do black and white layer, and yep, that will, let's invert that. And yeah, just a little bit of cleanup in here. I actually have for these types of occasions, I actually have a brush that I use mostly just for hair. It does a pretty decent job. It's not perfect. you're never gonna, unless you want to spend, hours upon hours. You're never gonna get it exactly perfect by any means, but and you can find tutorials on how to create a brush pretty easily. I was able to do mine pretty quick, and that's with not a ton of knowledge and like that type of Photoshop editing, with the more minute details of like how to create brushes and define patterns, and that's all kind of stuff I've learned literally since the pandemic started. I feel like I was pretty skilled, as was, but in the last like year or so, I've definitely leveled up a lot with my Photoshop knowledge. And the good thing also is, this is just for a tutorial. So like this is just for a tutorial and just for a quick live stream. So like this doesn't have to be perfect. Like I'm not using this graphic for any client in particular. This is more just fun, something to kind of play around with today while I had the day off. So got a little bit in there. Let's get rid of the and make sure clean that up down on this side as well. Yeah, so this is more of a Sin City look, like nice and simple, like pretty high contrast, and we can play around with more darker with the reds, more the magentas, which would be closer to what her hair color was as well. And then on top of that, you can also add like a levels adjustment, because the Sin City is so punchy. And you want it nice and dark. Let's let's play with the red a lot. And let's make sure this is underneath the black and white. And let's duplicate that mask. Here we go. Let's play around with the levels. Nice and dark. Now let's play with the reds, bring those up a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. And then we can go add a more Sin City style font over here. Let's deselect that. And yeah, I think that's going to be about it for the live stream today. Didn't have quite as many viewers as I planned. So, but at least the live stream worked this time around, which was nice. So, I will probably do these more often on my days off. And yeah, so I'll see you next time.